Hey everybody, welcome back to Broken Dolly TV. I'm Gypsy, and today we are jumping into something super exciting. Now, instead of making one long video with the unboxing, review, and restyling all crammed together, I decided to break things up into 3 separate videos. We've got a part where we're doing the unboxing, then we have another part where the full review takes place and we go over the doll's details, and then in this part we're going to do the restyling session where I'll be giving Aaliyah a fresh new look with a body swap, hair makeover, and changing up her outfits. All 3 videos are being uploaded today. I have links at the end of each video so you can easily jump between them, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new upload from me. So we're just gonna take a look at some possible donors for this doll's body. I already showed you guys these 2 made to move bodies that could be options for you and explained which bodies they were in that review video. So here I have the made to move Carl Sculpt's petite body, which is very similar in tone but slightly lighter. Not so light that if you were to use this as a body donor it would be distracting. The only thing is that she would make the doll a little bit shorter because she is petite, but you can get away with wearing heels with this body, so you might be able to compensate with some heeled shoes for the height difference when her feet are not flat. Very similar. And then we also have this other option, and this body is a tad darker than Aaliyah, but also it is the same hue of brown, so it has that red undertone. If you were to use this as a body donor, it would not be so distracting either. It's the closest that I could find to a made to move original body type to match the body she already came with. The only thing about this body is that even though it's the right height, the body is just gonna seem a little bit more tan because, again, though it's the right hue, the shade is slightly darker. This one belongs to a yoga doll with the Aaliyah head sculpt, one of the tie-dye blue pants, I think. So I'm not sure how accessible either one of these 2 dolls' bodies are, but I happen to have some on stash, so I'm showing you which ones I found that happen to be the closest color matches right now that we know of. There is no specific match that is the exact same shade as the Aaliyah Barbie doll. People have been suggesting that the wheelchair Barbie with the service dog, that might be an option for her, but I promise you that body is way too light. I already saw that body. I don't have it here to show you guys, but I've seen that body in person and it's just too light for it to match with the Aaliyah doll, which has a lot of like deep reddish undertones in the brown, and that doll does not have those same undertones. She would probably match that doll better than Aaliyah, and you see they definitely aren't even close. We're gonna go ahead and give these guys a body swap, and then I'll show you which body I end up using for her. In order to do this, I am going to heat the doll's head, and I'm also planning to heat her wrist because I would like to swap out her hands, and it's already painted with nail polish and I don't want to be bothered, so I'm gonna end up swapping both her head and her hands, and to do that everything needs to be heated with hot water. So here is the body that I chose to use for her new body donor. It's the yoga doll, and the reason why was because the hands on her original body and the hands on the new body seem to be very close in color. When I swapped them, it's really difficult to see a difference. So because the hands are not as distracting, I felt like this would be a better match for her. You can see when she's turned to the side here that there is a slight difference in the shade of the color. The hue is basically the same. Once she's dressed, it should not really make a big difference. It will just look like she has on a little bit of foundation that's making her face look slightly lighter than the rest of her body. I did wet her hair and I gave her a little boil wash just because there were so many wrinkles in the hair from being tied down to the box with string, but I think she does need a dedicated hair treatment to make it really straight. And I can see that they cut some little bit of like layers or feathering into the sides of her hair here. You can tell that it's shorter here in the front than here in the back. So it's just something that you're gonna have to adjust your hairstyling to because everything is not the same length. they attempted to do it here, but the hair is slightly longer on this side. If you want to curl this doll's hair, you absolutely can. They give you so much length and volume to work with that you can get a nice set of curls on her, like very small curls if you want, and the shrinkage of the hair will probably bring her hair up a little bit so that it's like the right length for Aaliyah's actual hair. The only other thing about this body is that I can't transfer her belly button ring. It's just a stud that they glued on to the original body, like a little rhinestone. The old hands on this body, and you really cannot tell the difference in the skin tone. So this is why I thought it would be a good idea to use this body as her donor, because if it's good enough for the hands, then it should be good enough for the rest of her. Okay, so this is the difference. But yeah, so if you want to keep that belly button ring, you can use some puffy paint, which is what I'm going to do. I have a metallic puffy paint here, and just give her a little dab, and that should dry. Use your imagination, do whatever you want. I do want her to have the belly ring, so I'm going to give her something. I just wanted to show you guys the body first before I do anything else to her, so you can see with your own two eyes. Honestly, like, the camera picks up more than what my eyes do. My eyes can't really tell the difference. All right, so now we've got her original clothes back on her. I just wanted to show you guys how she looks in her new body with the same clothes on, so that you can get an idea of how she can be posed or how she might look with these clothes on with the made to move joints. Of course, because of the design of her outfit, you actually can't see any of her joints. So if you're the kind of person who's a little iffy about the made to move bodies because you don't like the way that the joints look when the dolls are posed, then if you're planning on giving her her original outfit, anything that's going to cover up the joints, then she'll still look good, and you can get all types of poses out of her that you couldn't with the original body, and still be able to keep her hands with the nail polish on them. So I think it's a win. I did give her a puffy paint belly button ring, and of course with the puffy paint on vinyl, guys, if you scrape it with your fingernails, it will just rub right off. Sometimes you have to reapply it if you want to keep the same look, so it's not totally permanent. It's like, you know, semi. As her hair is drying, I'm trying to see if it's gonna puff back up, because it was very full, and I think the fullness of the hair was taking away a little bit from the doll, because if you want her to look more accurately like Aaliyah didn't have big hair. She had long hair, but it wasn't big. I think I like it better like this without it being like too full looking. I'm trying to get like a sleeker look with the hair if I can. And another little customization I added to the doll is the extra mole on her face. So Aaliyah doll already comes with this one way at the top of her head, but here I added one because sometimes when you see Aaliyah in her interviews and pictures and music videos, she does have another mole on her face, but my belief is that that mole is a cosmetic one that she just adds, like her makeup artist gives her that mole, because sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. I decided to add it because I like the way that it looks, and I put it right where her dimples are. I know you guys can't really tell, but I showed you in my review video some extra details about this doll. She does have very, very, very light dimples baked into her vinyl. It's so slight you can barely see it, but you can feel it with your finger. It dips in a little bit there. That is like such an amazing detail that I think they added, because Aaliyah's real face did have dimples. You just couldn't see it as well unless she smiled. So I really appreciate that they gave her that feature. So I wanted to kind of like draw attention to it. That's why I added the mole there right around the dimple area. What do you guys think of her in her original clothes? Now she can actually hold a mic up to her face, which she couldn't when she was on her original body. And I have so many dolls that came with microphones that I never used, so this would be like a real great way to display her with some of those. Before we look at Aaliyah's first look, I just want to show you guys how Berlin looks in this outfit, and this is the closest outfit I have to something that reminds me of like what a biker chick would wear. So I just had to try it on this doll. This is my Scarlett Johansson Black Widow Barbie, and she just has such a serious kick-ass look on her face because she's supposed to be a superhero. I can't really put those silly Barbie clothes on her because she just looks ridiculous. So I have to like style her in a way that makes sense for how she looks. I'm really impressed with how this looks on her, and also her body type is slightly different than a normal made-to-move body. She's got the superhero made-to-move body, so she does have the joints, but her proportions are slightly bigger. Like she's a little bit wider in the hips and the thighs and her upper arms. The only part of the outfit she can't wear are the boots because her feet are in high heel mode and she doesn't have an ankle joint. And she already has those annoying painted hands, which I can't stand. I wish they wouldn't have done that. But with these cuffs, it kind of blends. So it makes sense that her hands are like that down there. But having these cuffs, for me, it makes it so that it's easier for me to dress her in clothes where she doesn't have to have sleeves. And it looks like she can also hold a mic and give a little speech. Note that because everything is removable and everything is black, each individual piece, all 4 pieces of the outfit, the pants, the shirt, the vest, and the gloves, and the boots, if you want to count that, because they're just regular looking like Timberland construction type boots. All of these pieces individually will work in various outfits, mixing and matching with other stuff. Oh, and I haven't even counted the sunglasses. Now she's ready to cruise on Myrtle Beach on Bikers Week down in South Carolina. Also, if you're wondering how this outfit looks on an Integrity Toys doll, I've already tried this outfit on Griselda here in my review of the doll, so please go check that video out and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does anyone else redress their dolls like this with their heads like turned backwards so the hair won't get in the way when you're trying to put the sleeves over the arms? I always do this, and I wonder if I'm the only person that does this. Tell me in the comments if you do it too. Here's look number 1, but can we just appreciate right quick how gorgeous this doll's face sculpt is? She's like perfect. And I'm not even saying this because it's supposed to be Aaliyah. Like, even if Aaliyah was never a person, right? we didn't know who she was. You know, she never got famous. This face, how beautiful is this face? Oh my gosh, such great work that they did with the sculpt. She's gorgeous. I really love the way she looks. You could make a Native American doll out of her, Hispanic girl. Like, she can pass for so many different races, even a Blasian girl. She just is so pretty. And I thought it was interesting that the forehead looks so much like Aaliyah's actual forehead, like the shape of the forehead. It's very oval, looks just like her. It's insane, you guys. They did such a great job with this doll. Just wanted to see what she might look like, kind of in like a very girly, down-to-earth, feminine look. Maybe something she would wear on a red carpet. She just looks like a señorita. So pretty. And I also gave her this little iPad to hold because I was thinking, when Aaliyah was alive, did we have iPads? Did we even have cell phones then? I don't really remember. No, I don't think so, because I was a teenager when she died. What would it be like if she could experience the things that she's not here anymore, to actually experience the time in history when she left the earth? These things didn't exist, so she never had the experience of holding an iPad. Or can you imagine if she could see herself on YouTube right now? Wow, gosh, the things we take for granted, you know? Be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive to have the experience in this moment that you're having. It's insane. And now I'm sitting here thinking of like all the things that she never got to experience that maybe we can have our dolls bring to life. You know, what would Aaliyah be like as a mother? So this is a one-piece dress that I originally took off of a Wonder Woman doll that came with Steve Trevor in a 2-pack. I did give her some different earrings, so you can swap the earrings out. She's got on a little necklace and a silver watch, but I just thought it was cute to have this nice relaxed fit dress on her, just to get an idea of what she might look like when she's, you know, a little bit more dolled up, I guess. This dress being quite long, you cannot see her shoes, but underneath she's wearing a pair of heels. So obviously, because she's got made to move feet now, the ankle joints move, so you can put heels on the doll's feet and give her more options for shoes. Honestly, I don't think she would have been bad looking on the petite body either. So here we are with look number 2, and in this look I kind of wanted to pay a little bit of an homage to that 90s hip-hop style that a lot of us girls rocked back in the late 90s, the early 2000s. It was like you wore baggy pants and a tight shirt underneath with a jacket on top, or a loose fitting shirt on top that opened up. We almost always had hoop earrings or like big earrings, and our hair would be parted to the side. If you grew up in a very urban area like New York or Boston, certain parts of the Northeast, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't know about everywhere else in the country, but this was one of the styles that we rocked back in this time, at least in the parts where I was at. And this is actually very similar to the looks that Aaliyah would wear in her real life. Now, she often would rock like a pair of boxers underneath her baggy pants, and you could see the boxers kind of, you know, above the waistline of her pants. I don't have boxers for my dolls, do you? So I just use a pair of basketball shorts underneath here to give it that similar effect. And I think this look could also work if you have some tops for your Ken dolls, like maybe like a flannel shirt or something like that, that opens up in the front, and you can throw that on top of the tank top so that it'll be like a little bit baggier. Definitely can work with the oversized clothes. With hoodies, you can also get a similar effect if you're trying to go for this style. It's very hip hop, but I don't have a lot of things in my doll clothing collection that is like specifically hip hop style, so I kind of have to just work with what I have. As for her hair though, I'm gonna tell you right now, I only have one nerve left after having dealt with this lady over here, and y'all know what I'm talking about if you watch my Maeve Riley Restyle review video. Holy moly, I don't have it in me right now to be messing with doll hair, okay? And her hair, it's not irking me as much as the Maeve Riley dolls, but because I only have one nerve left, it's working my last nerve, okay? So what I did was I gave her this little parting here, and I tied it up in the back so that, you know, that old school method that Barbie uses to give your dolls the appearance that their hair is tucked behind their ear. That's what I did to keep this part of her bangs out of her face, and it feels like her hair is behaving so much better like this. And with this style, you can move the hair strand so that they come down over the eye if you still want to cover up the eye. But I don't want to do that. I'm really just trying to stay true to that 90s look. And sometimes we would leave it down. Sometimes we would tie it in a ponytail like this. A lot of times it would be a side ponytail like this. And another thing we should do is like tie our hair up and have like a little bit sticking out in the back like that with like a clip. Those are some ideas if you're trying to like explore the hairstyles. You want to see what you can do to give her a more throwback look. So with this look, I wanted to give her a little bit more of a traditional feminine type of a style. I really like about this doll that you can put her in very tomboy-esque looks and she looks fine. It doesn't look unnatural on her, while at the same time you can give her very glamorous girly looks, and that also works for her too. She's just that kind of down-to-earth pretty where you could see her being like a popular girl and wearing all the cool clothes that is trending, but at the same time she can get away with coming out in like a hoodie and some leggings and look just as stylish. I think it also helps that her makeup look is so on point with the look of the 90s girls. We were not extravagant when it came to our makeup. All these fake eyelashes and 12-inch nails and fake hair down to our butts and crazy looking baby hairs, just insane layers and layers and layers of makeup. This was not a thing at that time. You kind of wanted to flaunt your natural beauty and just enhance it a little bit with a little bit of mascara, eyeliner, lip gloss, lip liners. A lot of us wore natural toned lipsticks instead of all these bright pink and reds and purples. You just came off looking like a clown when you did all of that stuff to yourself, and it was completely unnecessary to look like a fake person. That was just not the trend at the time. So I love that they kind of stuck with that look for this doll, and thank goodness her brother had such a heavy influence on how the doll was going to end up being styled to make sure that it really did capture the essence of his sister, who was not known for being very glamorous and wearing a whole lot of bright makeup or fake hair. I just really appreciate that this doll is like a nice example of how you can still be beautiful without doing all these enhancements to yourself, and just love yourself the way that you are. The subtlety really goes a long way. So I gave her some giant hoop earrings because that was definitely a thing back in the day. I tied her hair up into a simple ponytail. The side part here is still tied back behind her head, and she's just wearing a simple tank top, but I kept the crop top look so we can still see her belly button ring. And she's also got on this furry coat with the cheetah prints which is so soft and cozy. I just want to touch it all day. She's using the Maeve Riley Barbie doll's clutch purse as an accessory, and her pants are just a simple pair of faux leather pants that are similar in texture to the original pants that she came with, but just like a different style, so you can kind of get a look at what she might look like in some different leather pants. And with those, she's also just rocking some strappy, simple heels. Nothing special, just a very simple look that I think we can definitely say is like an everyday look. So finally we have look number 4, and I could not resist, but I had to try some overalls on this doll. The overalls were like an iconic look back in the 90s for both girls and boys, men and women. Everybody was wearing overalls. They were probably like my favorite things to wear, actually. The great thing about overalls was that you could wear them in many different ways. You can get a lot of different looks out of the same clothing piece. Sometimes we'll wear with no straps, like just pants with the straps hanging down on the sides. Sometimes we will wear with both straps up. Sometimes we will wear with one strap off. There were just so many different looks. Here I have it paired with a BMR 1959 Ken Dolls hoodie, kind of keeping in theme with that hip hop style. But this look also will come together real nice if you throw on a tank top underneath or a tube top underneath. You can rock it with or without a jacket on top. So there's a bunch of different versatile looks that you can get out of these overalls. The particular overalls that I have, they stop at the knees. I can't pull them down any longer than this. They just look like you have them kind of like rolled up. Again, that was another look that we rocked in the 90s too. We did used to roll our pants up. Like, we'd have long pants on and we'd roll them up like they were capris. All she's missing is a couple bandanas hanging off of her belt loops, to be honest. That will really complete that look. For the sunglasses, I honestly don't remember which of my dolls came with these sunglasses. Those are some glasses I think came on another doll. I kept the big hoop earrings just because I feel like they fit the theme of this look very well. And she's rocking some flat shoes, some little sneakers that are just plain old white, you know, low top Air Force Ones. Plain white dunks is kind of what I was envisioning. So those are all of the looks I think I want to try on this doll today. But after doing this, I'm realizing absolutely I would not put this doll back into her original outfit anytime soon. The outfit itself is a historical piece. Don't think I'm saying this because I don't like the outfit. The outfit is dope. I really like exploring the 90s fashion with this doll. So it's kind of like it never really went away, although it has evolved. Much like the music itself, a lot of today's hip hop and R&B style music, you know, it comes from that era. So it's not really a new genre, it's just an evolution of the genre. So it's like, it's not really old school or oldies because it's so similar to what we listen to now. You know, my kids listen to the same music I listen to, if you want to put it like that. So I just thought this would be a fun way to explore those memories of my teen years and the way everybody was dressing back then, and just those little small things that are kind of forgotten about, like rocking bandanas, rocking the big giant earrings, rocking the overalls, baggy clothes on women. Like, ever since the leggings era, we've kind of steered away from that. I'm still undecided about her hair, whether I want to do anything drastically different to it other than the boil wash I gave her, and maybe further trying to straighten it and make it very sleek. This doll got a lot of hair to work with, so you kind of can get creative with it if you do like to customize your doll hair. And she could stand to have some hair plucked out because it's just so much on her head, honestly, and it makes it a little harder to style. What do you guys think about these looks? Which one is your favorite? Leave it in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me here on Broken Dolly TV. So make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are turned on so you don't miss any of the information I'm going to share with you guys. I have a playlist relating to all of Aaliyah's information that I've covered here so far, so please go and check out that playlist to make sure you don't miss any new information about the doll. I'm Gypsy, you're not. I hope this video helps you to have a dolly day.